Hello and welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast for people who want to watch all this prestige television, but who's got time for all this stuff?
You know, I don't.
I definitely don't.
I'm Jaffa,
I'm Ben.
And I'm Victor.
and we are talking about Stargate SG1. We did the pilot last week, and then we rolled some dice, and we are now watching Season 1, Episode 9, Thor's Hammer.
Thunder and lightning effects. Dot wave.
How worried were you guys when you heard that the next episode we are already getting to different pantheons?
That was, that seems to be the theme.
Hercules waited 4 seasons to be like, hey, let's do stuff other than the Greeks. Like, they didn't even make it outside of a season, and it's like, anybody know anything else about the Egyptian polytheistic religion? No?
No.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. So this show, SG1, if I'm remembering correctly, if I'm getting my timeline straight here, this came before God of War.
Yes.
The video games?
Probably.
No.
We're in
Yeah,
1997.
This was 97.
Yeah, so
God
this
of War
is
must
this
have been
is
early 2000s.
like N64 era. So
Yeah.
Okay.
The first
Yeah,
God of
and-
War came out in 2005.
So I'm wondering if this was maybe, I don't know, maybe some little inspiration for Teal Kier. He was, that's what he does. First, he did all Greek gods. And then as the time went on, I've never played an entire God of War game all the way through. But I'm pretty sure that was his thing. Like, he goes and he kills gods.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because I remember some of the more recent games, he fought Loki, I want to say, in some of the games I saw on YouTube. Yeah, so, got to say a little bit of the same DNA going on here. So.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned, Ben. Just noting it's all like they've already ran out of stuff. Okay, let's go do Thor. I do appreciate. I'm sure it was just a rights issue, but there's no like comic book Thor. Like they made a point of going very like all paintings and trying to make it look more historical stuff when they showed us all that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But before we get into this episode, I do want to give all of our new listeners a quick recap. So last time was pretty bland. Like we talked about the episode, we made some predictions. Now we're starting to get in uncharted territory, and the farther ahead we skip, the more uncharted and unhinged it gets. So I'm going to introduce the 3 prompts we have to talk about things that have happened last time on. The first of which is the titular, last time on, which is where a host will say that to talk about something that they feel has happened in a previous episode. But that can be a little boring, and we like to keep each other on our toes. So we have a Wahapahar, which is for lack of a better term, offensive last time on, where one host can force another host to then describe something that happened in previous episodes on the spot. And then we have a let's get weird with it, where one of the hosts will prompt for quick, absolutely outrageous explanation for something from all of the hosts themselves included.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that a bit of paperwork done, we open this episode on a theory about the Stargates being presented. And I've just got to say, I've watched 2 episodes of Stargate, and one was a pilot that started with some stargazing, so I don't feel it counts. I hope every episode of this show starts like this. I want every episode to start at the meeting table with Daniel going, I have a theory about the Stargates. Other people can present occasionally, but mostly Daniel. It seems his style.
We open in Media Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah. And we get just, this is, as somebody who has a bachelor's of science in religious studies, this is very much the linguist, like, I got bored over a weekend and read like half a book about Thor. Like, I don't know. I have a feeling that if I put a gun to the writer's room head, like the heads of the writers in the writer's room, and said, name 4 Norse gods, they wouldn't make it out alive.
Ooh, shit, yeah.
Like they got
Loki,
Thor, they might
Odin.
have Loki and Odin. They're not getting
Yeah,
any
that's
further.
That's it.
They're not getting to Balder or Freya
Tyr.
or anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Hela
I'm
is-
killing everybody in that room. And if I say, tell me something about Thor other than lightning and hammers. But I did appreciate Dan Jax here being like, I don't know, if some of them pretended to be Egyptian gods, why not others?
He's totally pulling an ancient
Yeah.
aliens guy here. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, hear me out. Fucking Vikings in space. Come on, guys. Vikings in space. And like,
Vikings in
I thought they went extinct thousands of years ago. What year is this?
It's the Viking Age.
That explains the laser raptor.
fucking the
I am
general.
sure that was
and-
a big part of the pitch for this episode.
yeah.
It's like, okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
So Jackson starts talking about how cool a dude Thor was and how he was a beneficial, good guy deity.
Yeah.
And
Sure,
it's
that
back then
accurate,
frost
Ben?
giants.
yeah. But it's
Yeah,
also, he starts showing these paintings of Thor, and Teal'c is immediately like, I recognize that hammer. And it's like, how did we get lucky enough that the 3 paintings he randomly picked from Encarta,
Just happened to be, yeah.
well, it also had the same depiction of Mjolnir.
Mhm. And it's another thing during the meeting that MacGyver O'Neill is just rolling his eyes like Daniel Jackson saying words again. Look at him being all
Fucking
smart.
scientists. Ugh. I'm gonna mispronounce things on purpose because I think that's funny.
What are all these scientist nerds doing here at my interstellar wormhole generator?
Yeah, fucking science guys, yeah. Worse.
Yeah, Teal'c is just like, oh, and also I know the Stargate coordinates for it because it's banned, so I had to memorize them to not go there on accident.
Hold up. No, just hold up. Because I was like, hold up. Why does Teal'c know the code to the secret forbidden place? Oh, it's because all Jaffa are forbidden from going there, so we're made to memorize it. Wow, that's a great way to keep people out. I'm just imagining if I own a fucking, I don't know, like a bank or something, and I say no one is allowed in this vault. Understand? No one, under no circumstances. Now, all of you need to memorize the combination to this vault to make sure no one goes inside this vault. Here's the combination.
Yeah, the billions of possible combinations is security enough.
Yeah. Although on the other hand, I can see, hey, you have to, like, it's a 7-digit phone number, and if you put in the wrong one, you accidentally end up on the death planet. Maybe they're like, hey, don't go to the death planet, guys.
Yeah, but it was, didn't you, Xhafer, you did the math on how many combinations are possible with
Yes.
7. Yeah.
It was a ton.
was-
It was with
It's a
40.
few billion. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, man, if you accidentally dial that number, you had it coming, man.
Right.
How unlucky can you fuck?
I will say, to shoot my own theory in the foot, if a world has a set address, regardless of where you're at, then my previous theory about the Stargates, how they work, is shot. So, fuck it. Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, well, the writers aren't even completely sure of how the Stargate works, so.
Well, the Major General tells the crew to start digging through those totes in their basement because they're going to the Renn Faire on Viking weekend.
Oh man, I wanted to go to Pirate Weekend.
Nope.
Oh man,
Viking weekend for you.
that is gonna be one of my predictions. They go to Pirate Planet.
That's total. That
Oh
totally
god, I
happens.
hope we get to
That
see
totally happens.
Pirate Planet. Avast these Stargaters. Teal'c. Oh my god! To see Teal'c in a pirate hat and like an eye patch with the oh Jesus Christ, dude! Please tell me that happens.
Yeah. So they go through the Stargate, and Teal'c coming. First of all, just Teal'c going. Bad idea.
Bad idea. Yeah.
He goes with his gold weapon as well, and that just seems so fucking dumb. And that is proven true in short order when the sensors immediately point at his nubbin shark and teleport him away, with MacGyver getting sucked off at the end while trying to save him.
You sure you want to word it that way, Jaffer?
Sure do.
Yeah, there's something rotten in planet Denmark. And yeah, as soon as like hammer statue starts shooting beams at me, I'm moving. I'm not
Right.
staying.
Yeah, they all just kind of freeze up and like, oh, what's this big blue beam?
Maybe it
Yeah.
feels really good. Maybe
We
you
can
don't
tell
want
it
to
doesn't.
move. Just
Oh.
saying. Don't knock it till you've tried it. And by it, I mean being scanned by Thor's hammer on an alien world.
Okay.
Yeah, did you notice how all the natives there were freakishly eager to see this beam thing happen? They're like, Thor.
I'm guessing they've seen this happen like on more than a few occasions, which means
Yeah.
the Jaffa don't stay away from the forbidden planet like they should. I did appreciate these generic fantasy Vikings standing there, at which point we get Garwin riding up, and she's like, hey, I'm in charge here. Well, my husband would be, but he's gone. So I'm just telling everyone what to do anyway. It's like, why couldn't you have just made her in charge?
Yeah, that was
You have to
that was
say that he's gone
unnecessary.
a Viking.
Yeah, he literally says he's gone a Viking.
But that doesn't mean what you think it means.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is progressive, but not that progressive.
Yeah, that was strange.
Was anyone else really hoping that there was just going to be like a little pile of dust where Jack and Teal'c were?
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, Garwin could have fixed the plot real quick, but just a moment of panic, just they got evaporated.
Hmm.
Yeah, and when what's her name? Gawain, whatever her name
Garwin.
is. Garwin.
Garwin.
She rides up and she says, "Yes, I heard you had two other companions with you. Like you heard that was 30 seconds ago. What the fuck? How did you?
Did you just
What?
see it? Did you mean
Was it-
see?
Yeah, that was a little strange choice of words there. So I guess that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Also, she's like, I know somebody who can help, but I have to send the horse back because we only rented it for 3 hours.
Why
U-Haul
can they
horse.
not drive the buggy? Also, they just leave
Oh, yeah,
the
they brought
buggy
Fred.
behind.
They brought Fred and they just leave him. What the hell?
Hope that none of the Vikings take our supplies.
That would
Right?
be a very Viking thing to do. I mean, yeah,
Like,
it's like
the
Vikings
most
steal
Viking
Fred.
thing.
Exactly.
I want to see that episode. I want to see the episode where the Vikings kidnap Fred and they have to go rescue Vikings. And it's, oh god, they put little horns on him on the front.
We go over to Jack and Teal'c, who talk to Thor's voicemail message.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
Jack and Teal'c can leave, but it will kill the Goa'uld, and this is unacceptable immediately to both of them because last time on, we found out Teal'c only accepted a Goa'uld because he has some life-threatening disease. He's got like space cancer or something, and the Goa'uld is keeping him alive.
I did appreciate how long O'Neill is confused by Spirit Halloween Thor's voicemail message.
Did you clock Thor's voice?
Who's Thor's voice?
Thor's voice is Dan Johnson. Like Dr. Daniel. Like, yeah, Johnson, right? What's his name?
Daniel Jackson?
Jackson, not
Yeah.
Johnson. Thor's voice is done by Daniel Jackson. That
No
actor.
way. It's
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Huh.
Huh. Oh, well, okay, that saves on casting budget, I guess.
The first voiceover of the episode.
Not the only.
Not the only.
Not the only.
I was fucking shocked. Like, I was so shocked that when we were waiting for you to get on and Vic and I were talking for a moment, it was all like, and Vic was like, We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah.
So we get to meet Kendra as the captain and doctor see gold tech used for good.
Yes.
And we learn that the tech can heal as well. And then we also get a bit of backstory about her having a host, being separated from that host, and surviving the process. And Daniel is like, that's not possible because it kills the host. I'm guessing that our
so I'm going to go ahead and say last time on,
yeah,
they found some infected people. They tried to remove the hosts, and everybody
Kowalski, right?
instantly died.
Was it Kowalski from the original that got infected towards the end of the pilot?
Yeah, I noticed this episode had a very distinct lack of Kowalski. So, when we get to our predictions, that's poor Rip Kowalski. There's no way he survived. He's gone.
I clearly predicted they were going to save him. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will ride hard that eventually Kowalski is going to show back up, even when it's been like, Ben, he hasn't been in the show for 7 seasons. He'll be back anytime now, guys.
Stargate 2, Return of Kowalski. Wrath of Kowalski.
Attack of the Mecha Kowalski.
Yeah, I don't think Kowalski's going to be your Gomez. Sorry, Ben.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, they did mention in the pilot episode that Teal'c species, the Jaffa, from what I understand, they're just incubators. They're genetically engineered just to carry a Goa'uld in them. But the Goa'uld can infect anything, apparently. It's just that they specifically made Teal'c species in order to be walking incubators, I guess. So, and apparently the Goa'uld can jump inside your ear, which I thought was really fucking weird.
Yeah,
I was not
cool.
expecting that.
That's gotta be violent. They are very large.
Yeah. Which my theory is last time on, Kowalski had the Goa'uld in his ear and he was fighting it. And in the entire episode, it was just jumping from person to person inside the Stargate facility there. And it was a game of who is it? Are you really you? And it was like a Mexican standoff. So they had to send Teal'c to get some help, because Teal'c is the only one who couldn't have been infected because he already has one. So, and Kowalski found out that the Goa'ulds are very susceptible to indigestion. So they sent Teal'c to go out and get some spicy food, and they all made them all chow down on it. And then whoever's got the Goa'uld inside it pukes it up. And then Kowalski tackled it and then jumped through the Stargate by hitting random buttons on the thing, and he's lost in fucking the universe somewhere. That's what happened.
Hey,
All right.
one less episode to watch. Well done. All right.
One thing I did notice is Kendra has quite a nice felt dress for recluse living in the mountains.
She is totally the hot, mysterious woman in a red dress. Like that is a fantasy trope that I am 100% all about. Bring me more hot women and mysterious women in red dresses.
All right.
Jack and Teal'c find some old bones from a human host with a Goa'uld that got ate, giving hope for an escape plan, since if something got in, something can get out.
That's right. And they they leave the corpse pond behind.
Yeah, we see a guy in a suit and a ton of makeup loaf.
That reptilioid suit looked awfully familiar. I swear I've seen that same thing in sci-fi somewhere before.
There's a scene later where it looks like a proto Narn almost.
Yeah.
But
oh, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where the entire crew starts to revert to they start
Yeah.
When Worf
evolutionizing themselves.
becomes
That's the thing.
on Worf.
That's the one. That's what I think this is a reused prop that they got from the set of Star Trek. Just inked up a little bit.
Garwin agrees to take Daniel and Sam to the Mountain of Thor's Hammer, and we learn Teal'c's weapon will not work, but Jack's will. Kendra talks about her life on her world before becoming a Gould host, and it gives Daniel a bit of hope that, maybe his wife is out there and able to resist in some way.
And may be able to be saved.
Yes.
One thing we did find out when Teal'c finds out his gun doesn't work, but O'Neill finds out his does, O'Neill hears something and then doesn't say anything. And it's like, you just left the corpse pond, my dude. You're not being paranoid.
Yeah, it was a very large sploosh, and I'm very surprised that Teal'c didn't hear it. Like, yeah, it was probably nothing. Yeah, it was just a, man-sized monster splash in the water. That you should probably share that info, dude.
Yeah, and that man-sized monster comes around the corner and introduces itself as Unis, the first one. And before we talk about the voice actor, which we will in a moment, I just got to say, Stargate, Star Trek, numerous other sources of fiction, everyone knows Uno is one. Like, Uno is one, or some like very close variation of Uno is one in multiple languages, right? We get it. Milton Brandley ruined this for all of you. Just, there's a bunch of other options to choose from. You could go eins, ichi, en, beer. Look, there's a ton of languages with ones. Stop fucking using some variation of Uno for all of these pun names. It's dead. It's done. Leave it be.
Ichi. Oh God. I want to see Ichi, the first one.
So this voice, though, Darth motherfucking Vader himself.
James Earl motherfucking Jones.
This is CNN.
So my surprise, like, he gets 3 lines of dialogue and Jack just lights his ass up.
Yes, it was awesome.
Shut up, Darth Vader.
I'm like, are they screaming us right now? Like, is this the Drew Barrymore? You think, like, this is a bit of apocrypha, I guess, for people who weren't alive when the first Scream was released. Drew Barrymore was, like, billed as starring in Scream. Like, she was in some of the ads and stuff. And
I remember that.
She dies in the first 2 minutes of that movie. And so I'm wondering if they were screaming us, and this is the Drew Barrymore thing where it's all like, we got James Earl Jones just to kill his ass immediately.
I was wondering if that was it too. It was like, did they run out of money? Were they like, fuck, we can only afford 10 seconds of James Earl Jones. Oh well.
I will record one line. Okay, Mr. Jones, we'll take whatever you give us.
We'll fix it in post.
Also, a couple of things I noticed they mentioned something about how the world was named I might be getting confused here, but they said the world that they're on is called Samaria.
Yes, like Conan.
Exactly. And then on the top, I swear to God, you can go back and just pause it. At the top of the Thor's hammer was the twin snake symbol that James Earl Jones' character had. Like, that was his tribe symbol in Conan the Barbarian.
I would not be surprised if these writers or set designers threw some homages to Conan here.
Yeah. I mean, plus the show that gives us a throwaway line about MacGyver to MacGyver.
Yeah, they had to, yeah. That has to be. And at the beginning, when what's her name? I should have mentioned this earlier, but oh God,
Carter?
Mistress Viking lady, when she rides up on the horse.
Garwin.
Yeah. First thing she says is, "Aren't you a little short for gods?" I was like, that was straight up.
Is this because you've got someone from Star Wars? 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So Unis comes out, is just like, "Hey, cool, a Jaffa guy. Join up with me. First, we'll kill and eat this human, and then we'll work together." And MacGyver shoots him just a bunch. They're clearly like, he's dead. And then we get glowy eyes, which made me realize, Jaffer, We got glowy eyes in the pilot as well. And we had glowy eyes in our last show. So we are in a glowy eyes sweet spot right here.
There's glowy eyes in Enter the Badlands. Oh, there
Oh,
was
yeah.
glowy eyes in Enter the
There
Badlands.
was,
I
yeah.
forgot, yeah. That's right. Yeah, when the kid bleeds, he goes full berserker mode, right? That was
Yeah, and then at the very end of the last episode, Sonny goes glowy eyes right before he dies.
Are you suggesting that Dark Ones in Into the Badlands are in fact Goa'uld parasites?
No, I'm just taking note of some crazy random happenstance.
What a crazy random happenstance.
The last time on shared glowy eye TV universe.
Exactly.
Nice. The LTO multiverse. I like it.
Yep. So they're like, "Oh, he's dead." They walk away, glowy eyes. But I've got to ask, Ben, how did Unis end up here? How long has he been here? What happened?
What happened here?
What the hell happened here?
But I got the van.
Well, I believe it is quite clear from the most important thing about the relationship we see here. The Jaffa, dressed like people, in armor and combat boots. The Goa'uld, when they've got a host, all dressed up. Jaffa.
Yeah.
Unis wearing a shirt.
No.
Vic. Unis wearing pants.
No pants.
That tells me he comes from a pre-pants time in their history. So we know that by the time they were hitting up Egypt, 6,000 years ago, dressed up wearing pants, depicted as such. So I'm saying it's got to be at least 10,000 years he's been here. Because he comes from a pre-pants point in their development.
Donald Duck never wore pants.
Yeah. So Jack and Teal'c are walking away, and they're just like, "We're like 85% sure he's dead, right? Like 85 seems like a good number to choose.
Yeah.
Like it's not 100, and it's not. Yeah, we'll go with 85. Yeah.
I like they both start off like, well, I mean, it's good that guy's dead, right? Yeah, he's totally dead.
Probably.
Like,
I
really,
think.
right? And like, as the conversation goes on, they are less and less sure that he is dead.
That was nice. Yeah.
After a quick cut to show Gerwin, Dan, and Sam on the way, we see Unis picking bullets out of its own flesh and screaming loud for our heroes in the labyrinth to hear.
Right.
And I quote, "That's no myth. There's no way they did not lift that from Star Wars. They were not.
Yeah.
That's no moon. That's no myth. That had to be."
Now, one thing I do appreciate, as shown here in this episode, it does seem to be an actual labyrinth and not a maze, and I was appreciative of that.
Ah, man of culture. I see you know the difference between a labyrinth and a maze.
Yep, a labyrinth is just one long, very intricate hallway, whereas a maze, you get left, rights, and turnabouts, and so we never have a depiction of O'Neill and Teal'c being like, do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Marking off failed paths. I appreciated that.
Sam thinks they're lost as Unis pops out and offers to help them escape.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bah! Bah!
Right.
The bullets are not as effective this time.
No, he's becoming immune to bullets.
He's borging the bullets.
He is 50 centing. The more bullets you put in him, the more immune to them he is.
Nice.
It's his body's building up an immunity. It's a vaccination. Just
Yeah.
shoot me a little bit.
We'll practice this later, Ben. Garen, Dan, and Sam reach the
Oh
exit.
no, this is they left Gerwin. This is
Kendra.
Oh yeah,
Kendra.
Kendra.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Kendra. I just fucked up my notes a whole bunch.
Garen was like barely in this episode, but it was kind of nice to be like, hey, we got 3 speaking female characters in this 90s adventure show. And
Very
they don't
progressive
talk
for the
about
90s.
boys at all.
Yep.
It's true.
Oh, the actress who played Gerwin. I'm going to mess this up.
Yep, that was it.
She was also on MacGyver.
Oh, fun.
I know. I know at least one episode. I'm not sure if she was a reoccurring character in forever. But accidentally, and I tried not to, but I did anyway. Check out. And yeah, she was a MacGyver alum.
All right. Kendra, Dan, and Sam reach the exit of Thor's hammer, with Jack and Teal'c finding the exit on the inside. Jack walks through fine as Teal'c gets caught in a red beam of Gould killing.
Yep.
Jack pushes him back through to prevent his Jaffa / Gold. I'm not sure if if he's a Jaffa, is the thing in him
He's
still
a
Gould?
Jaffa. The worm's a
Yeah.
Gould.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Jaffa are the race that will genetically engineered to be walking incubators. At least that's what I'm gathering so far.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that, but
Well,
also interesting. Either of you guys ever been to the UK to
yes.
London? Yeah, you ever had Jaffa cakes?
No.
No.
They're a snack. A long time ago, I had some pen pals in Essex somewhere. God, this was a long time ago. We used to send each other snacks and stuff.
That's
And
fun.
they used to send me Jaffa cakes. They're these delicious little pastries that come in a package. They're almost like Twinkies, except they're covered in chocolate and have orange cream in the middle. Delicious.
I'd eat
Jaffa
one
cakes.
of these. Ben, I bet you can get these right by you.
Oh, probably.
There is a TikTok famous international candy store that is not
Really?
far from your abode.
Oh.
In Detroit?
Yeah.
Nice.
I will go there occasionally on my way when I'm visiting Ben at his house and pick up weird flavors of potato chips and Kit Kats that are like ridiculous.
Oh, I love. There was an Asian supermarket by my old house in Austin that had the weird Kit Kats.
Mm-hmm.
So many different weird Kit Kat flavors.
I
God,
love
that
all.
was
Give me
amazing.
all.
Jafar,
of
I
the
have
weird
no
Kit
idea
Kats.
what this place is that you visit on your way to see me.
I have talked to your wife about it.
Secrets. Collusion.
they opened like maybe a month after I moved out of our old neighborhood.
Oh.
I don't want to say anything else on air lest I accidentally dox you.
Well, if everything goes right, I'm selling this house.
Yeah.
But as
Yeah.
of right now, nobody wants to buy it.
For the final episode of this podcast, I think we should each eat some Jaffa cakes on air and do a
I'm
little
okay with that.
review.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some.
I'll see about tracking some of those.
Amazon is really good for international candies.
So getting back to our episode.
What?
Unis,
No, you don't keep us on task, Ben.
Let's talk about candy now.
This is a candy podcast. We've transitioned. It's done. Last time on, we stopped talking about Stargate. Okay, really though, where are we at? I lost.
Okay, yeah, what happened?
So Unis has tracked them down, and they start their fight scene. We've got Teal'c and O'Neill are just like, okay, we know exactly what we're gonna do, right? Shoot him a whole bunch and then push him into the laser wall. But unfortunately for Teal'c, after all, he's also in the laser wall, and things aren't looking good.
Nicely done.
Also, when we cut back to Dan, Jax, Carter, and Kendra, they like know there's a door here, but there is no way to actually open it, which makes me wonder: is there a handle on the other side that's just it's not off? So I'm gonna ask you guys, what happened her?
Oh,
Why do we have a
wait,
door with no handle?
They went through a door?
They
I don't
went.
remember them even going through
They
a door.
go through a door, but
That they can't open until Kendra knows a chant.
Oh, that's
that's
right.
because that's
it was a
because you're
rhyming
not
thing.
supposed to go that way. It's an exit only, Ben. Because that's the same door that we saw the captain open, or not the captain. He's a different rank. Jack opened it when he had gotten through the beam. It's that same. That's the same door he had just like casually pushed open without needing to know anything. So it only mattered that they had the code to get into it because it is an
From the outside.
only.
Why?
It's like a beehole, Ben. It's designed to work one way, but if you know the right things to say.
I guess because if there's a monster, if there's a ghoul trapped in there, you don't want them Well, it doesn't make sense because if they got past the red beam, they could just push it open.
Yeah.
You don't want some wandering villagers. That's what it
Yeah.
is. You don't want some wandering villagers to accidentally open it up
Yeah.
and then get trapped in there with the Thor's hammer and the Unis and everything.
And also, it's a labyrinth, not a maze. So they're going to have a
Right.
very long walk to get through that thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, here's what happened here. Eventually, what had happened with this labyrinth being in there for so long, Thor got tired of keeping up with the maintenance of it, so he hired some goons, some Viking goons, to do the maintenance on the labyrinth, right?
Mhm.
Well, as you said, there's only one way, so it's a long way in or out. So anytime they needed a snack, they had to go all the way through the entire labyrinth to go run to the corner store Viking place to grab some snacks.
Sven
So-
and 11.
Sven,
We can wrap it up. That's a podcast.
that's better than anything I've got. Yep. Yeah. So they needed the DoorDash to be able to get to the door, but they couldn't put a lock on it. So they said in the instructions, sing this little song to open the door,
Yeah.
because that totally makes sense. Yep.
So I do appreciate. So they killed Unas for the third time this episode.
Probably.
O'Neill has saved Teal'c from a laser. So I think that like they've got a real bro bond building that I'm really gonna enjoy watching.
Yeah.
But
Teal'c is family, and he's here right now.
yeah, and so it's like, hey, we've got this miraculous thing that somebody way more advanced than us made that can save your wife, my
Adopted son.
adopted
Surrogate
son.
son. Yeah.
But hey, there's this guy right here who we've known for about 3 weeks.
Yeah. Eight episodes.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 months. We've got that, hey, we work a job, instant camaraderie thing going on.
It's called
He's
trauma
saying,
bonding.
hey, I'll stay here. You
Yeah.
guys go. And they never go, okay, so we know where this place is. We know how to get in. Here's some food. Here's a porta potty. Like, here's a little bedroll. We're going to come back with a jackhammer and go, like, through the wall.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Yeah. They just,
They just immediately go to, hey, we're going to destroy this thing that can save your wife. And Dan, you've got to do it.
I
Show
thought
you're
that
committed to
was-
the cause.
that was extremely fucked up that
Yeah.
he made Daniel Jackson blow up the thing that could save his wife.
Yeah.
Here, they made him do it. Not Carter. He didn't do it, or fucking O'Neill couldn't do it himself. Like, nope, I'm gonna make you do it. Damn,
Hey,
that is
I'm going
savage.
to do it to give you like the cognitive deniability of, hey, okay, my wife is dead. Stuff has happened in season 4. I could have saved her if we had that hammer, but O'Neill blew it up.
Yes.
I blew it up.
Jeez.
It's all me. They leave, and then we see this Hello from Earth goodie box that got introduced at the beginning of the episode that they deliver to the people before they leave, saying, hey, we're Earth, even though you guys are also human and we all speak the same language. Here's an introduction to us. Hopefully you guys can read.
We didn't.
And then
bother
I like
checking.
they leave in front of the same extras as the beginning of the episode. So it's clearly like they shot this at the same time.
Pretty sure those are the same extras from the pilot we saw that they all rescued as well.
Career extras.
That would be so funny. I would actually like love to do a show that as a meta joke, it's like we've got the same 20 extras and they just work on the whole show.
That would be awesome. Here's a question for you guys. Do you think that Thor and all the Asgardians, like, was that really them? Like I know it was just recording, but is that what they actually look like? Because I have a theory that in this fictional universe that Stargate SG1 is in, it's one of those where every alien looks exactly like humans. It's one of those shows.
Oh, for sure.
There's going to be a ton of human and human-esque races. I think I think the big twist. Actually, you know what? I'll save it for my primetime prediction. We may not even find this
Okay.
out in this show. I would
All right.
argue that we probably don't find it out in this show.
But I also think we're not going to run into a situation where they find the Asgardians, but like they're wearing like Starfleet outfits or like we're aliens and stuff. Like we're space explorers. It's like no, we look like exactly what you would
We're
imagine
exactly
if
humans.
you got a Thor's costume from Spirit Halloween.
Fashion has
Okay.
not changed for us for 1,000
1,000
years. No new fashion trends.
Mhm.
Same pants. Hey, it was a breakthrough we made 10,000 years ago. We're still getting used to it.
Poor Unis. He never learned the miracle of pants.
All right.
He died as he lived with no pants.
Nope.
Donald Duck in it.
All right. All of that said, it's time to roll some dice and then make some predictions.
Oh, but wait. One more thing as it ends when Daniel Jackson when he gives them the little spirit box, the gift box.
Yeah.
And then Kendra also gives him a rune with an
Yes.
F on it. Like, here's your F lane.
Press
Like,
F
I don't know,
in the comments.
Yeah. do we think that's a thing, or is that just a throwaway moment?
I have a feeling that there's going to be eventually a place with like trophies from all of their adventures. So they are collecting their captain's trinkets.
I'm gonna spend eternity alone with barely any swag.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That was how the movie ended as well. Daniel Jackson handed over the Raw symbol back to O'Neill. Like, yeah, give this back to Catherine, her name was. So it's like, yeah, every adventure they have, they steal some souvenirs.
Wait, we didn't get anything profound on this one. Punch that guy, take his wallet.
Wait, is Stargate just imperialism the entire time?
Yes, it is. That's what this is.
All right. Well, with all that said, it's time to roll some dice and make some predictions.
Here we go.
Roll them
4d6
bones.
and 1d4 in my hand, and we're going to hit this. That is a 20, gentlemen.
Natural 20.
All right, so what is season 2, episode what?
9. Season 2, episode 9. We're watching Secrets.
Secrets. Ooh.
You have to whisper secrets when you say it, otherwise it's not a secret.
Secret.
Dr. Daniel Jackson and Teal'c travel back to Abydos because it has been a year since Daniel left to fulfill a promise he made to Shari's father, Kasuf.
Ooh,
That's the
nice one. This is gonna be big. Sounds like it's gonna be big. It says, yeah, that was mentioned in the very first pilot episode.
Yeah. That's the preview that we get on Amazon Prime on mobile. But the preview that we get on Amazon Prime on their website is different.
Okay.
Here it says, in much more spoilerific fashion, Daniel Jackson finds out that his wife is pregnant with Apollos' child, just as O'Neill learns that a reporter is poised to reveal the top secret Stargate SG1 project.
What the mother of
Well,
what?
dang.
Some episodes, y'all.
Holy crap.
This has gone full like Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why we've got two different previews, but we do.
Wasn't this a problem on Who Are You? 'Cause,
Yes.
Yeah, was it some of the
Yes.
previews weren't?
I watch on
Accurate.
Vudu and Laura watches on iTunes. And at a certain point, I think it was the Vudu ones, had skipped ahead an episode or like half of an episode. It was bizarre.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering because in some mediums here, the episodes are a little off because the first pilot episode was a 2-parter. And I think IMDb counts those as 2 separate episodes. But I remember looking at some other sources, so I don't know. Well, we'll be in for a surprise either way. So,
All right, now it's time for our predictions.
Lincoln, what are you doing up there?
Guessing? I guess no one's coming.
I have seen into the future.
You ruined the prophecy.
All right, so now we're going to make some predictions. These are going to go up on a poll in Dominion Media TV Research Lab for you to vote on how accurate we may or may not be. If you are listening to this now, this poll has already happened. We are 2 weeks ahead because we record and release and edit in a timely manner. So,
Well, I'm going to say, hey, if you go back and vote and the things shift, we might go back and recalculate before the season finale, because that's when everything actually has to be.
okay.
And
I'm
for
good
that,
with
to
that.
settle any possible disputes, I have a good friend of mine, Angela. I'm gonna give her a shout out. She is the biggest Stargate nerd I have ever met, possibly in the world. She owns every single Stargate SG1 episode and movie on Blu-ray and has seen every episode and movie multiple times. So from here on out, I'm going to refer to her as Angela the Gatekeeper.
Okay.
I believe she's even gone to some auctions and actually purchased some used props that were from the show. So
I
she does
believe you mentioned that
cosplay.
last time.
Yeah.
That's
Did
so
I might
cool.
have. Yeah. So yeah, I also sent her our predictions from the last episode email and it's anonymous. I didn't say whose predictions were what. So she replied. And so, yeah, settling any disputes, I'm going to go to her. Angela, the Gatekeeper, biggest Stargate nerd in the world.
The tiebreaker.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
good for that.
Yeah.
Judge Angela. We're going to make 3 predictions, daytime, evening, and prime time. They are of varying severity and weight. So the daytime should be the easiest prediction. The prime time should be the most outlandish prediction. The prime time is worth more than the evening. The evening is worth more than the daytime for when you are reviewing our predictions and do the votings. Normally, daytime is worth 1 point, evening 2, and prime time 3. So go ahead and vote on DMT Research Lab on who got the most right. We will review that at the end of the season to determine our winner on who got the most right overall. I do like that, Ben, running tally. But we will also talk about who won the poll currently, which was as of 2 weeks ago when you're listening to this, give or take a handful of days. So if it has changed, we've noticed, probably, maybe, but it was accurate at time of recording. All right. All of that said, 3 predictions. I will volunteer for tribute and go first, so that way I can talk just a little bit more and then stop for a couple of minutes. My daytime prediction. I wanted to make all predictions that were planet of the blank on places we were going, but a conversation at the very end had me cross out my last one. I will save it for another day because I want to get my last one out there. All right. So my first prediction, daytime, planet of the Greeks. We are going to a Greek-themed planet with Greek-themed gods.
Absolutely.
Get yourself a Euro / Donner / kebab, whatever they call it in your specific area. That's where we're going. Now, my evening prediction, planet of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Hindu gods.
Oh, okay.
So that one, I feel like maybe not, because a writer's room might not have cursory knowledge outside of Vishnu, but we'll see how it goes. And then my prime time prediction, this is the big one. I'm not even sure this is going to be revealed in Stargate SG1. This might be revealed in a separate Stargate show. Humanity built the Stargates. I'm calling it now.
I thought that was already established.
No, they don't know who built the Stargates.
Oh, that's right. Well, okay, you're right. Because because the original on planet Abydos, they were the slave labor. Those people were enslaved just to mine the mineral. That's what it was. To build the Stargate.
And so my prediction, to clarify a bit, because it is a primetime prediction, so we like to be a little bit more clear about what we're actually saying. Humanity is the progenitor race that seeded humanity across the galaxy and either lost its knowledge of that, or there was a big war, and it was just long forgotten forever ago that humanity built these Stargates and spread themselves across the galaxy, rather than any of the other races that are running around doing these things.
So you're saying humans are the first ones in
this
universe. Interesting. Okay, that's a bold prediction there.
Maybe not the first ones, but definitely the progenitors of themselves across the galaxy and the builders of the Stargates.
Well, here's a question for you. Do you think that humans began on Earth, or did we come for or in
Oh no,
this
this is total
SG1 verse?
Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they came from a different part of the galaxy, or maybe another galaxy,
Yeah, who knows?
and spread their sperm all over the.
I'm not confident
It's
making a
all planets
prediction
everywhere.
about where humanity started at this time.
Okay.
Maybe next episode.
But not Earth. But not Earth is what you're saying.
I don't believe it's Earth. No.
Okay. I like that. This is a good prediction. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. So the first prediction is the daytime prediction, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
And that's the one that should be
gimme.
not too
Pretty
far out there.
easy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here it is. In the original Stargate movie, Colonel O'Neill had a wife that was shown for all of 15 seconds and never heard from again. My prediction is SG1 continues that tradition. We never hear, I think the trope term is she's put in the fridge.
Yeah.
Like we never hear from O'Neill's wife ever again.
Yeah.
Like it's
Sounds
like
plausible.
they erase her out of existence. And I feel like that's something the showrunners would want to do, so that could open up possibilities for in episodes having a romance subplot somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Shows like
definitely.
That stuff.
She's forgotten. I think I could probably look up her name later, but I don't even know if she had. No, she did have a name. I don't remember it though. But yeah, she's gone. Second prediction. We get a Groundhog Day style episode.
All right.
There's going to be an episode where it's probably, my money would be on either Daniel Jackson or Carter. One of them steps through the Stargate, go through the whole day, some shit goes down, a bomb goes off, something happens, the entire facility and the team gets wiped out, and then they wake up stepping through the Stargate again. Some kind of weird space anomaly happens, and they keep reliving the same day over and over, Groundhog Day style. There's no way they're not doing a Groundhog Day episode. They have to.
Fun.
And for my final prediction, my big prediction, here's what's going to happen. So they mentioned that Teal'c, he cannot survive without the Goa'uld. Like once the Goa'uld leaves his body, he's dead in like a matter of hours or days or something. So I'm thinking there's going to be an episode where someone, either the Goa'uld like jumps out on its own and tries to escape, or maybe there's a group of Jaffa or someone who come in and they steal it from him and they try to run off with it, take it hostage. So the entire episode is revolved around the SG1 team trying to track down and get his slug back before Teal'c dies. And they've got him in sick bay, hooked up to machines, trying to keep him alive as long as possible. And it's like a race against the clock. Go get the Goa'uld slug back. But yeah, that's my primetime prediction.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My daytime, we never see Thor's hammer again.
No Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Now, to be clear, because we've done these in the past, when you say we never see, do you mean it's never in the show overall, or specifically us and our random viewing nature will not see Thor's hammer?
Both.
Cool.
I don't think this
I
ever
like
comes
it.
back.
Cool.
I like it.
My evening prediction, Teal'c gets rid of his belly worm.
Yeah, okay.
At one point, they figure out a way to get rid of it. It might happen after your heist episode, though. And my primetime prediction is they frustratingly never start carrying plasma weapons, even though Teal'c has his staff and O'Neill brought one back. I'm going to say they just keep using guns the whole rest of the show. Like, there might be one-offs and stuff, but, like, their to-go mission pack is always going to be some kind of combustion-based bullets. Even though, at this point, you know, we saw they killed a dozen or so staff guards in the pilot. They have enough staffs for them to just have the big energy gun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever use them.
There's 6 of those, theoretically, at headquarters, just hanging out.
So, okay. Do you mean like ever at all? Like they never use them regularly, or they just
it is never part of their mission kit.
Okay. So they never use alien weapons, alien technology weapons.
Yeah,
Alien tech based weapons. Here we go.
as part of their everyday.
Regular
Like
kid.
they don't get cool new guns that shoot energy blasts.
Okay,
like
so they
haha,
just
our
stick
best
with the
scientists.
shotguns. Yeah, that makes sense because I mean, hell, we just in this episode just here we saw that that the Jaffa sticks are no good in certain situations. They can be disabled, whereas fucking shotgun works fine no matter where you go.
I don't know. I just think they might have been better off fighting Unis if they had the big plasma guns.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there was a dampening field that shut
Yeah.
down the plasma guns.
In
So if
this
they
one
could have taken
episode-
that out, yeah. Oh,
I-
you're
I-
saying he couldn't have? Yeah, that would have stopped him from regenerating.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, I don't know. I'm digging.
It's a bigger bang, is all I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking XCOM, where it's like you go from ballistics to lasers to plasma guns. Like they are never working up the tech tree. It is all just bullets.
They never upgraded the tree.
All right.
All right. So last time on, we made some predictions back then too, and we have sent them down to the research lab for verification. So I have the results right here. Let me just open up my envelope. Let's see here.
What was that?
That was a bag of doggy treats. Did that sound?
It was very loud.
Very okay.
Remember, we can add in sound effects in post.
Okay, sorry about that. Doing my own Foley work here.
It's encouraged.
Let me just see. All right. I have the results here from the lab. The poll, we actually have, this is impressive, 75 total votes on our on last steps prediction. So here we are. Who had more gates are discovered on Earth?
I believe that was
me.
Ben.
That was Ben. All right. With 26 of the total votes, you are correct, sir. More gates are discovered on Earth.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding. Which one was that? Was that a daytime, evening, or?
Oh, I can pull it up. No, that was prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
All right.
Get the points.
3 points to Ben. So that means this next one was yours, wasn't it? I believe Skara is not saved before the end of season 1.
Yes.
Yes.
With 29 votes, you are also correct. Nice. And finally, your third prediction, this would have been your morning prediction?
My daytime.
Daytime prediction? Yeah. Kowalski is saved during season 1? 0 votes. Rip
Oh,
Kowalski.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My boy Kowalski.
That's a definitive no on that one. Rip Kowalski. Brutal.
He's not gonna. I was hoping he was gonna be my Gomez.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Kowalski. Between that and the definitive lack of Kowalski in this episode we just saw, or even any mention of him at all. Yeah, he's gone.
All right.
Rip Kowalski. All right, so next 3. This one is actually going to be mine. Daniel Jackson's biological parents are found, and they're aliens or something equally weird. This one actually got 3 votes for yes. However, I believe there are some of the residents in the research lab just see a button and they click on it, and for
Outliers.
so I don't
think 3 gets us over the threshold.
Yeah, I sent this one over to Angela, the gatekeeper, for confirmation. See, her response was, see below, loading. Nope. There's one word. Nope. I was for sure of that one, man. I was for sure. Like, there's no fucking way. I was for sure Daniel Jackson was half alien. Oh, well. My next prediction, the SG1 team rescues a cat. I believe I might have worded this one a little incorrectly because this one got 9 votes. I sent this over to Angela, the gatekeeper, as well. She says no. However, an SG1 or Sam owns a cat, and it's involved in a couple of episodes. So I'm gonna.
She can't give us spoilers.
That's not really a spoiler, is
Next
it?
prediction:
It's just-
Sam gets a cat.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
the cat becomes a more important reoccurring character than Kowalski.
Oh, savage! Yeah. My prediction was specifically that the cat was going to be like a elder god of a village or something. So I'm going to say no for that one. And finally, my third prediction was the iris gets blown off during an attack. She confirmed that it is destroyed. Yes, not blown off. But that I'm taking the points for that one. It's because I specifically said it's either going to get blown off like a hubcap or it's going to explode like shrapnel. Either way, it's getting
Either
destroyed.
way.
It's destroyed.
So yeah. So that brings us to, that must be process of elimination. That means Jaffa, you're up next. All right. Let's see, your first prediction: O'Neill turns down a promotion. Turns out he tries to, but he takes it anyway.
He tries to?
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I didn't ask
No.
for clarification on that one.
Okay.
Apparently he takes it anyway, so yeah. Okay, now this next one's going to be a little interesting because your prediction was Skara and Cherie never get rescued.
They can't be saved.
Right.
Yes.
So they never get saved. One of them does, one of them does not. And because of the way this is worded, I'm not sure which one is which either, because I said
I said
Skara
or,
and Cherie.
not and.
Yeah. Skara and Cherie never get rescued. She said Skara, yes, Cherie, no. I don't know if that means yes, they got rescued, or yes, you're right, they never get rescued.
It is
So,
is one of
I'm
each.
still confused. I'm not gonna ask for clarification on which one is which. So I say you should get half credit for that one. So that would be 1 point for
The
you.
way logic dictates these things work is and means both, or means just one of them. And I did say or.
Or Skara or Cherie never get rescued.
Yeah.
Okay. I put the and symbol on there
Okay.
on my prediction.
No
so.
worries.
And finally, coming to our final prediction for the evening, SG2 is the focus of at least one episode. You're correct, sir. There is an
Lower
SG2
Decks.
focus episode.
Give me that
Lower
decks.
decks.
Lower decks.
So I don't know who's on the SG2 team, but it's definitely not Kowalski.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay.
So what's that? See, so that's what, like 1 point for me, 4 points for, and what are we at here?
I got 4. And then I think, Ben, you got a bunch of points, Ben.
Yeah, he got two of his predictions were correct.
His prime time was correct, and I think his evening was correct.
Yeah, so I got
5
5 points.
Nice, nicely done. And I have 1.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that running tally going, and we'll find out how we did this week, next week. But before we get to next week, we have to say some thank yous. Thank you, Ripe, for your bomb-ass song, Goon Squad, that we get to use as our theme. It's still, I say this every time, it doesn't feel real. Very excited to have that on the show. Go listen to more of their music on any streaming service that you frequent. They're everywhere.
Thank you, Goon Squad.
And thank you to Net Lucina for your picture of a TV that you've used under Creative Commons that we have used as the basis for our artwork. Thanks for making free art so we can make free art.
Thanks everyone in the DMT Research Labs for going and voting on the polls, which I will not read the comments on, but I am joining Research Lab now, so you can tag me and know that I'm ignoring it.
Approved. Okay. That's awesome.
And we will see you next time on Last Time On.
Who's not gonna show you how?